Hey guys, Joni here with Realty Executives in the Villages. I want to make this quick video and just answer the question, how's the market? Because I get that question a lot. Actually, my sweet brother-in-law reached out to me, I think it was yesterday morning. He's a broker up in New Jersey. And he said, things are slowing down up here. How's it going down there? So that's always a loaded question when you ask, how's the market? Of course, we all know that. But funny thing is, our broker just updated us that as of September of 2025 was a record month. We actually hit 165 closed sales, which is the highest September, I think, on record in the MLS in the Villages. And I think I'd have to go back and look, but I think it's tied for where we were at in June, which was the biggest month since the spike back in 2021. So kind of a big deal. And we were actually up, believe it or not, we were up 7% right now to date of where we were at for sales last year. So in a world that the market is crashing and things aren't, going well, it really depends on what market you're in, and the Villages might just kind of be its own little world right now. I don't know. All I know is I can share with you kind of what's going on. This I shared on my Facebook page, so if you're on my Joni Snaith Facebook page, I usually give you an update every week, unless I'm on vacation, but every week I'm going to give you an update of how the market is. So I'm going to just give you a snapshot from October 5th. So we have 620 homes on the MLS. In 7 days, we had 31 that went pending, which is a good number. That's not crazy high. A few weeks ago, we saw 50 that went pending in a week. So that was like a big boom. All of a sudden, everyone just came out of everywhere. But anyway, so 50 homes the other week. But this past week, 31 homes. We had 165. So I have it right here on my sheet. 165 that sold in the last 30 days. And 7 in the last 31 days. So it's funny, I already had that we had 165 homes that sold. I didn't realize that was a record. So our broker pointed that out. That is a record, so it's a big deal. And yeah, right now our average sales price is $424,000, and we're sitting at right around 48 days on market, which is kind of lower. We were sitting at around like 58 to 60 for a while. Our inventory is a little bit lower. We're about to come into season. So if you know, in the Villages here, January, February, March, that's in season. So that's usually when a lot of people sell their homes. A lot of times the summer is the slower months, but there's still activity all throughout the year. People are always buying, selling. The average villager moves 3 to 4 times. So they move here and they change houses. Not everybody, but a lot of our villagers do. So, and I think a big part of it is there's a lot of demand. There's still building going on. If you know, we have different, let me show you here. There's a little map of the Villages. So if you don't know about the Villages, so this is our northern section. This is the old Orange Blossom section. So that's where Spanish Springs Town Square is. So Spanish Springs is up there, and then down here we have Lake Sumter. This is between 466 and 466A, which is kind of the sweet spot, the heart of the Villages, a lot of people say. So that's our other Lake Sumter landing. And then we have Brownwood right here. And then down here they're building Eastport. So Eastport is coming next year, hopefully is when it opens, and they've been building, there's already villages going up in that area. So there's still lots of new construction going on, and I think that's just a big part of it. There's still a demand. So so that's how the market is going. It's still pretty steady. It's still moving. 4 months of inventory for a buyer seller is kind of a sweet spot. If we're over 4 months as a buyer, it's a good time. I hear a lot of buyers that are saying, oh, we're just going to wait till prices drop a little bit. I don't know, maybe they will. I mean, they did drop from a couple years ago. So, but our broker thinks things are gonna go up. We just came out of an election year, obviously. So historically, election years are lower. So, but I'm very grateful for the work that I get to do in the Villages. I was just talking to a mortgage broker the other day, and he said he cannot imagine doing his work any other place He said outside of the villages, it is a different world in Florida right now. So we are pretty consistent and constant. So I hope that helps. I would love to hear your feedback. Maybe you have some different insight in your market. I'd love to hear what's going on where you are if you're outside of the villages. And if you're here, feel free to message me. I would love to connect. Maybe you could pop by one of my open houses. I could give you a more detailed market analysis of maybe your neighborhood or your home. I'd love to do that for you. So thanks so much for watching. Feel free to reach out. Have an amazing day. Bye.